From the peaceful petals drifting along the Yamashina Canal to the carefully composed beauty of Heian Shrine, the day has already felt complete. But Kyoto in cherry blossom season always has another side to reveal. As we step into Gion, the atmosphere shifts from quiet and contemplative to lively, crowded, and full of energy. Food stalls, packed parks, narrow streets filled with visitors, and one final night scene that brings everything together. This is how we spend the last evening of our Kyoto journey. We begin at Yasaka Shrine, where the atmosphere is already alive with energy. Along the approach, rows of food stalls line the paths, the scent of grilled skewers, sweet snacks, and festival treats drifting through the air. Yeah, it almost feels like a matsuri. Visitors move slowly through the grounds, some stopping for a quick bite, others pausing beneath the lanterns as early cherry blossoms frame the shrine's vermilion structures. It's lively, a little crowded, but full of that unmistakable spring excitement. From here, we follow the flow of people into one of Kyoto's most famous sakura spots. Stepping into Maruyama Park, the scale of it all becomes clear. It's April 9, and the park is absolutely packed. Cherry trees stretch across the entire landscape, but beneath them, every open space is filled. Groups gather shoulder to shoulder, and the pathways are lined with even more food stalls, selling everything from yakitori to sakura-themed sweets. The air is filled with laughter, music, and the constant hum of conversation. This isn't a quiet garden. This is Hanami at full volume. And yet, look a little closer, and you'll notice the design behind it all. The park's layout was shaped by Ogawa Jihei VII, the same master landscaper behind Heian Shrine's garden. You can see the similarities: a large, still pond reflecting the sky, stone paths guiding the flow of movement, and stepping stones that invite you to slow down, even in the middle of the crowd. At the center, the famous weeping cherry tree draws an even bigger circle of people. Phones rise, cameras click, everyone trying to capture the same fleeting moment. We take it in, just for a while, before slipping away from the noise.
Land on a bird and then do this to the left.
Leaving the park behind, we step into Gion. The streets narrow and the energy shifts, but only slightly. There's still a steady flow of visitors, moving through the historic lanes, cameras in hand, searching for that perfect Kyoto scene. The wooden machiya houses glow softly in the late afternoon light, but today, we're not the only ones who've come looking for it. We arrive at the Shirakawa Canal, hoping for something quieter, and visually, it's just as beautiful as ever. Cherry blossoms arch over the canal, their petals drifting slowly across the water, creating that soft, poetic atmosphere Kyoto is known for. But here too, the crowds have found their way. Around Tatsumi Bridge, the narrow street is completely filled. Tourists line both sides, waiting for a clear moment, a photo without interruption. It's busy, tightly packed, a constant flow of people moving through a very small space. And yet, if you pause, just for a second, you can still catch it. The reflection in the water, a petal landing softly on the surface, a quiet detail hidden within the crowd. A geisha walks by. Didn't expect that, must be our lucky day. We make our way across the city for one final Sakura experience. By 6 p.m., we arrive at Toji Temple. The sun is still up, and a long line has already formed at the entrance. It takes about 15 minutes before we finally step inside. Toji means East Temple, built over 1,200 years ago as a guardian of the ancient capital. Rising above the grounds is the 5-story pagoda, 55 meters tall, the tallest wooden pagoda in Japan, and one of Kyoto's most iconic landmarks. The illumination doesn't begin until 6:30, so everyone waits. Across the vast temple grounds, people stand quietly, watching the sun begin to set. Despite the crowd, it doesn't feel overwhelming. Then, the gates open. And just inside, the Fuji Sakura comes into view, a 13-meter-tall weeping cherry tree, over 130 years old, its cascading branches glowing softly in the last light of the day. Behind it, the pagoda stands perfectly aligned. Even before night falls, the scene already feels complete. As the sun disappears, the sky turns a deep twilight blue. The air is still, the sky is clear, and the illumination begins. The pagoda lights up, reflected perfectly in the calm surface of the pond below, scattered with fallen petals. Photographers gather along the water's edge, capturing the moment again and again. Above, the pagoda glows. Below, its reflection deepens, more vivid, more dramatic. The same scene, but transformed. The pathways are busy. The viewing spots are full. The energy is unmistakable. But then, we look up. A full moon appears, perfectly framed beside the pagoda. For a brief moment, everything aligns. The blossoms, the reflection, the moonlight. But twilight doesn't last. The sky darkens, the moon rises, and the moment begins to slip away. By 7, night has fully taken over, and with it, the final scene of our Kyoto journey. It wasn't quiet, it wasn't empty, and it certainly wasn't slow. But maybe that's what makes it real. Because cherry blossom season isn't just about stillness. It's about sharing the moment. And even in the crowd, there are memories. Small, fleeting, and unforgettable. Moments that stay with you, long after the petals are gone.
Oh, nice at night.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to tap the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Stay curious, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next one.